According to the United Nations, more than 360,000 Ukrainians have fled to neighboring countries since the invasion began, and European countries are keeping their doors open to those refugees for the foreseeable future. We're joined now by Professor Robert English. He is the Director of Central European Studies at the University of Southern California. Professor English, thanks for being here. And I want to first start with a bit on those refugees. Today, the EU countries unanimously agreeing to take in refugees for up to 3 years without them even having to apply for asylum. That is quite a different approach than we see here in the U.S. But what does that do in terms of the drain on Ukraine, and how does it affect the host countries?
Well, it's a big drain on the host countries, but they're willing to do it. They're happy to do it. And large crowds in countries like Germany that heretofore have been a bit ambivalent about strongly standing up to Russia have now done so. Again, the public is in favor of it. So they're willing to bear the cost because they see this as extremely important.
Tell NewsNation that Moldova has already accepted 30,000 refugees, and that's nearing actually the maximum capacity. This will have implications on Europe for years to come, right? What are you expecting?
I don't expect that the refugees are the biggest impact on Europe for years to come. Rather, it is the upending of the security system, the launching of a brutal war on a continent that hasn't seen something like this really since the end of the World War II, and how to resolve the conflict in the first place, right? It's ongoing. It's only 5 days old, and it could go on for months, at least weeks. And then once that's settled, how to rebuild Ukraine, how to come to some kind of accord. Maybe it will take waiting until Vladimir Putin is gone before something can really settle and real security return. And maybe Vladimir Putin won't be around as long as some of us expected, because we see domestic opposition building, we see frustration, we see the Russian economy tanking. It's unpredictable territory.
About that, play that out for me, the possibility that Putin doesn't hold on to power. That's something that a lot of people don't even think is within the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said so myself either until he launched this really suicidal gamble. And I mean suicidal for his legacy and for Russia, right? Russia's economy is starting to hurt badly now, and it's only just the beginning. The value of the ruble has crashed. Banks are experiencing runs. They're in danger of collapse. The government's reserves will be drained very quickly. Russians cannot travel anywhere. They're cut off economically from all of Europe. Their big companies are going to be bleeding. And that 600 billion reserve that Putin built up precisely for a crisis like this will be exhausted much faster than anyone expected. He needed a lightning victory to pull this off, and he's not getting it thanks to the brave resistance of the Ukrainians. So what does that mean for Putin? Will he be persuaded to leave office? Will there be some kind of military coup? That seems unlikely. But the public discontent with all sectors of society, the cultural, media, entertainment figures that backed him till now, everyone's abandoning him. And the kind of semi-dictatorship that he ruled over Russia with in the past will either be replaced by a full-on dictatorship, or there'll have to be some transfer of power. It's hard to imagine how that will happen, but he has forced this issue. And as I said, suicidal for his country and maybe for his presidency.
Wow, it's news we wouldn't have expected just a few weeks ago. Professor Robert English, thank you. Appreciate your analysis tonight.
My pleasure.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.